Okay, I started the recording again.
Okay, thank you.
So we talked in the beginning about your weekend and what you did, and we talked about how our last class was your 100th class. And it's exciting to reach that milestone. Are you familiar with the word milestone? It's it's a marker. It marks an event or a place in your life. For example, getting married, having your first child, graduating from the university, getting a raise or promotion at your work. It's an achievement or something that happens. Um, it marks a special event in your life, a milestone. We get it from the stones they used to use to mark how many miles you drive on the road. Now we use mile markers. They're steel and they're in the ground. But before they had those mile markers, they had stones. They would paint them and paint the number of miles and put it in that place. So a milestone is like a special event in your life. It marks something special that occurred. So we talked about the milestone of the 100th lesson. And then we talked about your son and his girlfriend, and that your son went to New York. You were a little bit afraid for him, and so you were afraid until he arrived safely in New York, or until he got to New York safely, and you worried about his safety. And then we talked about his girlfriend, and we're happy that her company is going to help her get a green card. And your son now has reached another milestone. He will be allowed to work in the US. So those are good and happy events, milestones in their lives. It means they can worry less about being in the US. And then we talked about switching roles or changing roles, and what is a switch that changes something. The switch on your TV, especially the older TVs before they had remote control, they had a switch to change the channel. Um, there's an ignition switch in the car to start it or to leave it running or to turn it off. So it means to change something. It's I switch my cell phone. I'll switch cars. Maybe I'm rich and I have several cars. I'll switch cars. I want to drive a different car. And then we talked about trusting people, how I trust my wife. And when we trust people, we believe that they will do good things and right things. And oftentimes we hope they'll do the same thing that we would choose. And then we talked about the restaurant and the atmosphere or ambiance. What does it feel like when you're in the restaurant? Is it a happy place? Is it a loud place? Is it a quiet place? Do they have musicians? Do they have nice pictures on the wall? Maybe the walls are interesting colors. In some Mexican food restaurants, they like to paint the walls interesting colors that matches colors people in Mexico like, and then put paintings of Mexican people or events in Mexico, people wearing Mexican traditional clothing, things like that. And then we talked about the singers in the restaurants And we talked about what's a restaurant and what's a bar. What's a restaurant that serves alcohol? And it can be two kinds. They might serve alcohol with the dinner, and mostly the focus is on the dinner. Or they might have two separate places. In one place, people who focus on drinking can go to the bar. On the other place, people who focus on eating can eat. So a restaurant that serves alcohol or a restaurant with a bar, I'll add that to it. Okay. So it's a restaurant that serves alcohol or a restaurant with a separate bar, or we can just shorten it to a bar. A restaurant with a bar. Um, okay, and then we talked about how when you were in the U.S., your husband and your son liked to drink a little beer with their dinner. It makes them feel relaxed and happy and maybe a little bit loud, but that's okay. We don't mind. And it depends on the atmosphere in the restaurant if that's okay or if that's not okay. Some restaurants don't care if everyone is yelling and very loud. Some restaurants want you to be quiet. So we can choose one with the correct atmosphere or the correct ambiance according to how we feel and what we want to do while we're eating. Okay, and then we talked about the milestones. I explained that at the beginning of the summary. In the old days, it was a rock that was painted with how many miles you went down the road. And so now we use it to mark events in our life. It's a special event. It's an achievement. Um, it's something we were able to accomplish. We graduated from the university. We got married. We had our first baby. Um, we had our first grandchild. The the first time that one of our children got married. A lot of different milestones. Graduating from elementary school is a milestone for children. Um, a milestone in our job, we got a promotion or we got a big raise. Okay. Was there anything else we need to add to our summary?
No, because it's extra summary that you gave me. And thank you.
You're very welcome, Sky. Thank you.
Okay. Hope you will better in your job, right?
Yes.
Yes. And thank you for such. Thank you for giving me much information today, and thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yes.
So
Okay.
pray for me that my job situation will get better and I'll be successful. And I appreciate your concern for me. And I hope your life goes well also with your husband and your son and his girlfriend. I hope everyone has a good life.
Thank you so much, and I hope you are the same as me. No, hope. No. I don't know how to say. Uh, hope you are. Hope you are better. No. It's the same as you, right?
Yes.
I don't know how to say.
It's the
I
same
want to,
for you.
oh yes, it's the same for you. And I don't know how to say. And I want to say just one word, right?
Yes.
To be happy and healthy always.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
I hope it's the same for you. Yes. And have a good day today.
Yes. Thank you very much. So we'll see you again on Friday.
Okay. See you next class. And bye.
Bye bye. Be safe.
Okay. Same to you. Same to you, right?
Yes.
Yes. Same to you. And up to you because you are my teacher.